It's June 29th, 2020, and you're watching Frogpants Plays with me, Scott Johnson. All right, quick note about what this is. It's new. It just got put up, obviously. It's a new thing, and I'm testing it out this week to see how it goes, see what kind of reaction I get from it, the kind of comments and emails I get. Give it a watch. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, and I just needed to work out the workflow. I think I finally got it, so stick around. We talk about video games here, and we do it every day. So let's go. Up first, Call of Duty Warzone starts a limited time mode where the player count doubles to 200. You thought 100 was enough? Well, I guess it isn't. Among other things, on the June 30th announcement, the day you're seeing this actually, Warzone gets a new update they're calling Reloaded. Not Warzone Reloaded, just Reloaded is the name of the update. Included in the update is the aforementioned 200-player Battle Royale mode. It also has a new sniper rifle called the Rytech AMR, which I'm told by some of my gun enthusiast friends may be or maybe not based on an actual model of an actual sniper gun. I am no expert, so save your emails on that point. Speaking of Warzone, the mode is also getting a spotter scope, a Juggernaut Royale mode, a Gulag weapons update. I hope that means I can actually win the Gulag fight because I'm terrible in it. And Supply Run, a brand new contract for players to accept and engage in. I tried to find some player comments on the update in the subreddit for Modern Warfare and found a few threads, but mostly it's weird stuff like this. For example, Connor69 says, kill cams are still broken since like day one. It doesn't affect my gameplay at all, but it sucks when I finally get the kill cam and the camera stops following me and it's like the camera is in free aim mode or something. Apparently that game still has some bugs and problems. All right, here are some thoughts from me. Moreover, I'd just like to ask you, how is Warzone holding up for you? In the pantheon of available Battle Royale games, how's it doing? Is it dominating your playtime? Did you find yourself falling off and saying, hey, Apex Legends, I remember you. Let's play that for a while. Have you floated all the way back to Fortnite? Or are you letting the kids have it? Because the kids like the Fortnite. That's a stereotype. A lot of people like Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite, but hey, I don't want to judge. You're probably all really loving it. But I just wonder if this has put the dent in those Battle Royale games that Activision Blizzard was probably hoping that it would. It's hard to tell. We're not necessarily getting numbers. And when you play in multiplayer, including Warzone, you have a mixed player base. If someone's playing on an Xbox One, someone else is playing on a PlayStation 5, or PlayStation 4, and you're playing on your PC, you're all intermingled into the same game. And you're told who's on what platform when you see people in your sort of list of competitors and friends and teammates. So I don't know if we can reliably say things are robust and going great. I don't know. They announced at their last earnings call that they've been doing very well with Modern Warfare, and it's sold more copies than any Call of Duty Modern Warfare game to date. So things must be going okay, but I wonder if they're at whatever lofty goal they had set for themselves, especially given the pandemic. People have more playtime. But I'm curious what you think. Go to the site, frogpantsplays.com, leave me a message there, or you can send me an email, scott@frogpants.com, and tell me what you're doing in Warzone. The open world Harry Potter game we've been hearing so much about for years seems to be on schedule for a 2021 launch date. It's not going to make this year, obviously. What they have billed as an open world recreation of Hogwarts and its surrounding areas, they say is on track, that's a quote, for a 2021 release date. This according to Bloomberg report that happened yesterday. They also confirmed that all the leaked early footage we saw in 2018 or so was indeed real. And this thing is actually heading our direction. Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment's Avalanche Studios. You may know them from 2015's attempt at making a Mad Max game, which I liked a lot. Don't at me, bro. Anyway, they're making the game. They're right here in Salt Lake City as well. The report cites development for multiple platforms is underway. This includes PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, along with all the usual suspects. According to the same report, players will roleplay as wizards in the Harry Potter universe. That seems obvious to me. There has never been a public confirmation of the game's development by Warner Brothers at all, but most predict that at the DC Fandom event in August, this will take place there, although I don't know what that looks like now or what kind of convention that is. And if it's just a stream, I guess that's what everyone's doing now. But they can finally let the full cat out of the full bag then. How all this is affected by recent kerfuffles with Potter author J.K. Rowling and the trans community is hard to say. Avalanche and WB, of course, have yet to address it. But again, according to Bloomberg, her comments of late are making, quote, some members of the team uncomfortable, according to their source. Yeah, I imagine so. Probably in a couple of ways. One, they may totally disagree with her comments, and two, They don't want their game to be affected. Sources did say that none of this should affect the planned rollout of the game. A reminder that all of this is happening at a time where Warner is possibly in the mood to sell off its gaming division to interested parties such as Activision, EA, Take-Two Interactive, among others. No word on how any of that is going. So, from my point of view, I love me some Harry Potter. I've read all of those books multiple times, some of them way too many times to say here because it feels a little embarrassing to admit how many times. My favorite is book 5. So if I'm going to read another one again, it'd probably be 5. I really like it. And I don't love what J.K. Rowling is saying lately, or Rowling, however you want to say it. It's rolling. I know it's rolling, but I still mess it up. I'm not going to get into all those nitty-gritty details. That's something for a different show. I don't have the right voice for that. I can't speak to all the angles on it. It feels like on a basic level, she is defeating some of why people love her books in the first place. Okay? That's what I'll say about that. Also, if I don't get to play as Dobby or another house elf of some sort, then what the hell are we doing? In final news, Universal, sadly, has delayed Super Nintendo World, the theme park they had opening soon, due to the virus and the recent uptick in numbers. Coronavirus pandemic is to blame for the delay, they say, in opening the park. According to Universal Park spokespeople, things were supposed to kick off this summer. We have no new date either, so we got to wait and see how things go, I guess. Should be mentioned that Osaka's Universal Studio branch reopened on the 8th of June in some capacity, but the whole new area dedicated to everyone's favorite video game plumber and friends did not make the cut, at least not this early. They were to start with Yoshi's Adventure Ride and a Mario Kart course thing. Sounds like a blast. But they had other stuff coming down the pipe, like a Princess Peach thing, some kind of Bowser deal. This is all on the queue. They will likely come out later, after the initial launch, whatever that launch may be. The use of magnetic wristbands and other interactive tools promises to make the experience even more interactive. So that seems cool. I hope they do a whole bunch of that stuff. The park was originally announced in 2015, so we are well past the 5-year mark, even though Universal Parks and Resorts chairman and CEO Tom Williams said other parks around the world would get the Mario treatment soon, but don't count on that being here in the States anytime soon. All right, I have a few hot takes on this, okay? There needs to be a Metroid Land, okay? And in that thing, it needs to involve a ton of backtracking, so you might be able to walk through it the first time and notice stuff you can't get to yet, but on your way back through, you'll have new abilities so you can do those things. So lots of backtracking and also a big gender reveal at the end. That'd be cool. Find out who you really are under all your armor. Ice Climbers World, that should be a thing. And it should be everybody going up something instead of down. Rides are always down. This would go up. So do that. That'd be cool. We should be able to slowly accumulate little robotic Pikmin to follow us around the park and help us get stuff done. So if you want to get some cotton candy, you don't get it. Little Pikmin gets it. They're like your little personal servants in the park. There should be a Mortal Kombat Super Nintendo area where in the arena you can fight, but instead of blood, just weird animated sweat flies off your face. And finally, to get into the park at all, because of the continuing danger of COVID-19, in order to get in, you should have to do a test to see if you're infected. Here's what they should do. Figure out a way to put a test inside of what looks like an NES cartridge, and everybody at the gate has to blow out the cartridge like you would back in the day to get the dust out of your cartridge and make it work. You blow it out, and then that'll test if you have the COVID-19 or not, and if you don't, you go in, and if you do, well, it's sending you back into whatever else you were going to do that day. All right, now we move on to a segment called Of Little Consequence. And I thought you guys might like to watch some chocolate chip cookies getting made in a time-lapse video. It made me happy to watch, and it made me kind of want cookies. Maybe it will for you as well. Enjoy. That's it. Thanks for being here for the first Frogpants Plays. If you want to get a hold of me, go to frogpantsplays.com or leave a comment below. Might get to read it on the show next time. You never know. If you like what I'm doing, head on over to patreon.com/frogpants and help support what we're doing here. That's going to do it. We'll see you tomorrow. It's June 29th, 2020, and first up, Call of Duty Warzone starts a limited time mode where players count double